So I'm out here mowing and I got a tedder behind me. Show you my little setup. Got my Krone Big M500 with a tedder behind it. Tedder's a little bit bigger than the cutter swath, the mower swath, but that's okay. Um, yeah. So growing up, uh, we had a hired hand, Kenny. So we used to cut hay with a sickle mower. Sickle mower. And then we had a rake. We raked it into a windrower. And we had a baler, which produced single bales. And as a kid growing up until Dad upgraded, we had an attachment on a truck, and we drove up, and it was an elevator attachment, similar to what's on Farm Sim. But I used to be in the back of the truck, and the bale would come off, and be my job to grab the bale with a couple bale forks, which are those, you've never seen a bale fork, it looks like a pirate hook with a handle, and stack the bales. And usually there were two of us, and since I was the smallest, as the stack would get higher, I would be the one to go up top. But eventually we bought a stacker, which stacked 8 bales behind the baler, and then would drop the stack off. And then as I got into high school, we had to let the hired hand go. Just the farm wasn't doing as good. And it was just Dad and I learned how to run the swather. We had a New Holland swather, no cab, no air conditioning, just an open top swather. And I would swath ahead of my dad, and I would get a field ahead, and he would start baling. And I would get a couple fields ahead, and then I would go back, and with the tractor, we had a 3020 John Deere with a fork attachment, much like what you see, similar to, get out of construction, similar to what you see, like these big bales, but similar to this grabber, which grabs a stack of bales, but ours was horizontal, so it would be 8 bale flat stack. Kind of like, this is exactly what we had on the front of our tractor. And it would drop the bales in a stack, and you would drop those puppies off. I forgot that this mod was on here, which leads me to believe that somewhere in here is a bale stacker. Let's see, what is that? That's another big, no, that's not it. That it? Nope. Stack Pro. Maybe. That's a big stacker. Yeah. One of these is a stacker that stacks the bales up in stacks, and you pick them up flat. I'm not sure which one it is. I'll have to. It's part of the straw harvest pack, so I'll have to figure it out. But anyway, this was exactly what we had on the front of our tractor. Had eight bales. You pick up 8 bales at a time. But yeah, it was I would pick up a field and I would go check on Dad, see where he was at, make sure that he wasn't catching up to my swath areas, and then I'd go load the hay barn with bales, and that's how we ran bales. Now we did have a round baler as well, so we did do some round bales. We did a lot of straw because we, just like in farm sim, we would grind our straw bales up and mix them with silage. And the way we did that was dump silage in the feed wagon and then dump hay, and then usually a couple scoops of silage, a scoop of hay, a couple scoops of silage, scoop of hay, till the tractor it was full, and my job was to level it all out. And then we would go to the granary. We had a granary, and we ground milo or sorghum and corn, and we would take that mixture of milo and sorghum and put that on top of the mixture of hay and silage. And then we had protein pellets that we put on top of that. So that kind of gave us what Farm Sim calls a total mixed ration that we feed cattle. But that's a little bit about haying and feeding cattle. Hope you learned something.